Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition here today on the channel. We're back with another episode 8 of our Parabellum mod series as the Etruscan League. So if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like. Subscribe if you're new, let me know feedback and suggestions in the comments and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Alrighty, so we've got a decision to make to go after someone, but it's going to be so difficult because everyone likes us so much. So I guess we just wait to see if any of these relations go down, because that can happen. But really good relations with Carthage, the Veneti, who helped us in the north too, and we have pushed over to Illyria and are in Delminium there. But let's end the turn and continue. Plague is now broken out. Okay. All right, so the capital here has so many big buildings we can just put into. So let's get an aqueduct going, religious buildings, and then civic. Okay, so let's try and make that a garrison. Italy has been fully incorporated, same with Magna Graecia. Magna Graecia is a broken settlement once Syracuse and Brundisium are united together. I'm just so used to the Imperator Augustus campaign map where they're separate. But yeah, it's interesting being back on this. But I'm thoroughly enjoying the Parabellum mod, and I would highly recommend it to you guys too. Okay, so Carthage, we might be able to farm an alliance with them. So I think their faction leaders changed too. So Numidia is in Africa. They're really pushing them. I'm noticing in this mod too that empire building from the AI is like really good. Even compared to like DEI too. Also, the load times of this mod are fantastic. For some reason, the DEI load times are just insane. Can I somehow force this through? So, I'm going to continue to farm relations and join these wars against the Nasamones and Numidia to try and get a defensive alliance. Oh, come on, there must be some decision here. Or do we just need to continually farm more relations? Like, I'm going to give you, like, nearly 5,000. Nice. So, diplomacy still takes quite a bit. But the Nasamones aren't going to be a threat. And Numidia has fled to Iberia, which is interesting. And I can't get a military alliance just yet. Yeah, because in this alternative timeline, we allied with Carthage, and they're going to be a maritime kingdom there. So hopefully they don't rival against us. Look at Sparta here too. Macedon's pushing into Asia Minor. Egypt's quite strong too. And now we can actually see this territory. Wow, they got rid of the Gamantians too. Interesting. Okay, so the Veneti are massive. I just don't know where we go. Do we do like a naval invasion down into Syria or something? Set up a Antioch kingdom there. I think it just naturally to go against the Veneti is probably the play, because our relations have soured somewhat with them. I don't necessarily know why. Oh, it's the treaties with Massalia. So they've actually pushed into Switzerland. They've actually pushed into Provence too, in Massalia. And we're just at war with the Nasamones. Numidia was defeated. So Massalia is at war with them. So we can continue to farm relations with the Greeks. So if I go, hey, instead of straight up war decking them, I'll join your war against Massalia. Oh, for a defensive alliance. For military access too. If I could make that a military alliance, that would be better. Huh, they're going to accept. I don't know how strong Massalia will be exactly. Okay, so let's move our armies, which we've replenished and repair, to go on in. We have Magna Graecia, Italy, and then the one settlement there in Illyria. Okay, so let's go with the king. Aurelius Ullius. Nice. So we should be able to make quick work here. We're getting quite a favourable order resolve. With only a small army and navy garrison. So let's push on into Ida and take out these barbarians that took the pirate cove. I reckon we're going to get another battle with there's going to be a full stack somewhere. Yeah, it's in Parthia that we can take. So let's re-bring that down. Oh, interesting buildings here. Minister. I feel like we could use... Oh, 2 administration buildings. Yeah, okay. I think we'd much rather go with... food and religion. Okay, so we've got 3 full stacks on the border here. There's a full stack sitting in Parthia. So, my concern in the last episode was everyone just was really happy with me and I couldn't see that changing. But it did sour after a little bit. So, we have now got a justification with the Veneti because our relations did get a little bit bad. Okay, he's a 5-star general there. Jeez. And this is going to be a nearly 17,000 man battle. Alright, let's fight this one on the battlefield and take Parthia. I've had to move 3 full stacks up too. Okay, so slowly but surely moved up. Now my archers and hoplites are holding. We do have skirmisher supremacy on them, so let's try and whittle them down. Surround them from multiple sides. Let our archers do most of the work. Moving up our hoplites. Getting as close as they can to enemy combatants and units. And then dropping the formation or just slowly edging them forward. Don't give them attack orders seems to be the best play for my hoplites in this particular campaign. Once we take Parthia, we're going to be able to secure the glasswares there. And get more trade for Carthage and whatnot. It's probably not a bad idea to try and keep some factions alive, especially when they've got really good relations with me, because we can just trade resources. At the end of the day, we do need people to trade with if we want to try and make money that way. Okay, so move up, formation. Don't necessarily give out those attack orders because we're not a hyper-aggressive faction with like melee attack units that are that high. We are kind of a hoplite faction. Still going to take quite some time before we get our potentially Marian reform equivalent, let's say. Okay, so doing well so far. Nicely done.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, additional reinforcements are coming in. So hopefully now the Massalia put some pressure on us. And also too, I just think in Rome 2, it's nearly better off going after cultural groups compared to factions. They should really take a note. For example, we're going after barbarians here. Celtic, not... Oh, we got rid of the general, they're nice. Not specifically Germanic. So once we made an alliance with Massalia, the Macedonians, the Greeks, and a fair few others are going to be quite happy with us.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
So that's something to take into account. Carthage, I guess. And then us are like one-off factions. Okay, let's try and swing around here. I will give out some attack orders now because we're starting to flank. Archer's doing quite well. Unit-wise for the Etruscans, now that I've played a good 10 hours or so of this particular campaign, cavalry is very similar to Rome. Still not that strong in melee. Better for using them literally as shock units. Hoplites are okay, just they need to be in a formation and well protected. They've definitely nerfed skirmishers quite a bit in this mod. So that's something to take into account.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Slingers aren't going to be able to... Yeah, I'll just move this back. Slingers aren't going to be able to carry you like in vanilla or even DEI to some extent. I feel like ammunition... they've nerfed skirmishers in the sense that you can't just sit back for ages and basically destroy the army because you just got such a low ammunition. Maybe you have to just really, really focus on getting that up. We're trying to. But yeah, even our like vilites, our peltasts, our javelin skirmisher units, you really have to try and flank with them quick and get units hit from the side and rear, because you just run out of ammunition with like 2-3 volleys. Trying to cycle my cavalry in here. We're still not favoured to win this one. I guess they are sitting a little bit deep. It is interesting too that once capture points are defeated, it does change style of battle. I do wonder if it's actually still there or it's just a bit of an illusion. No, because then it like doesn't get countdown. So maybe not. Maybe they did actually full on remove it somehow. It just changes the battle so much. I didn't fully comprehend it. But yeah, as someone who's played hundreds, countless, I must be nearly close to 1,000 hours of DEI. Because there's just so many campaigns I've done on over the years. It's a really nice change of pace. Unit cards look good. The way the campaign plays. The AI is like different too, how it reacts. It's enough of a change to yeah, maybe redo some other factions on this one. I kind of want to play as Macedon, but I did a stream on my Simpzy sub not too long ago. But yeah, maybe we do an Epirus campaign or something. I'm entirely sure. There is a lot of unique factions too. I think playing as like Serenica or Cyprus might be nice. And there's also other chapters for this mod too. So I'm glad I stumbled back upon Bellum. I think I just got notified and had a look, and I was like, oh, I'll just go check it out. I was like, whoa, I can't remember Bellum being like this. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. I feel like it popped up over the last 2-3 years, where I've had my own little hiatus here and there, but back into the swing of things, back doing content, let's plays, and mostly big one-off videos. Maybe that's what I just need to do now. Let's plays like this, because I haven't actually done an Epirus. I keep on saying Epirus. Etruscan. The thing is, you never play as the Etruscans. You only usually play as... You're only able to play as Epirus. So I'm not used to saying it. The Etruscans. I've never done a Let's Play on the Etruscans. There's been like one-off mods over the years so you can play as the Etruscans, but they've always been like broken and busted.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Nice. Let's just continue here now, because so many of them just capitulated. Oh, wow, look how many there. Yeah, so sometimes you are better, even though with one here, we're going to crush them all inside, and there's no way for them to run. We can farm chevrons and experience here. So let's definitely look to do that. Oh, wow. They just full-on capitulated there.
One of our units has used
Because
all
we
its
got rid of their
ammunition.
generals. He was like a 6-star commander, though. But yeah, so far, absolutely loving this Etruscan series. Playing as the old ancient Italian kings, forming a league. You could probably say we're a kingdom now, more or less. Maybe even an empire, dare I say. But it's a shame that we lost Publius, who managed to really take the fight to the Romans. Destroyed 6 legions, but ultimately died. He's definitely going to be venerated in our culture and myth. And now his adopted son, a far distant cousin of male and fighting
One of our
age,
units has used all its ammunition.
took the reins and is now the one who's really cementing his legacy. He's just benefiting from the incorporation of Italy now. Let's just end that one there. He still lost 2,000 though in the end. Yeah, so casualties in battles are still quite high. Battles are like a good time length too. But obviously Publius' son, our current king, was able to take Sicily because of Publius' hard work. Now pushing up into the Po Valley. And has taken some territory in Illyria. Okay, a massive food issue. That's another thing too. You really have to keep. Oh, you really have to keep an eye on your food consumption because it is affected by units too. Oh, okay, so maybe we will have to move over the border. Oh, into like Switzerland. Oh, that's a unified province too. Interesting. I'm just so not used to playing like on a non-Emperor edition map. It's an interesting change up. I actually do think the Emperor edition map is a lot better. Okay, so there's an army down here. We can move my navy there. Okay. You have an unassigned skill here too. I do quite like the skill tree too. Being able to get night fighter super early on is so handy. Oh my god. I do think that's nearly a bit of an excellent. Alright, let's engage their navy. We are going to have help from the local garrison, which is nice. And I'm going to move my navy westward because there's only one port on the west we're really going to get threatened from. There could be a good chance that they take Australia. We also might need to take Genoa or something from them. Okay. The king is here, but we'll try and move him over. We've still got 3 full stacks in Cisalpine, but they are hemorrhaging a little bit. Okay, let's try and move into Milan, Mediolanum. One army's going to have to go north.
Ready for orders. On the move. Rome needs good fighters.
And we'll try and get more units where we can too. Okay, can I get... Oh, yes, finally we can adopt some of these characters because we've got so many of them. So let's do that then. We've got a bunch of other nobles of Etruscan dynastic blood. Okay, why'd that bug there? So we'll try and adopt the males in first. Yeah, and we'll go by like loose relations to the autocracy. Nice, there we go. I wanted all those nobles incorporated. Nice. Jeez, because we were a little bit sketchy there. I'm surprised it didn't turn into a regency, funnily enough. Give out some stats here. Yeah, because we lost Publius, who was a 1 settlement general at one, or a lone political general. Okay, so let's crush this smaller Batavian army. I do feel bad for the Veneti. They did so well against Rome. They were the deciding factor of us really destroying them. They saved us. Another thing too is they sacked and took Rome at one point. 4 units lost there, it's annoying. They were the reason we were able to take it too. Medellin's now ours. Oh wow, nice. Let's break all those down and definitely restructure that settlement for my liking. Yeah, Publius 44. I'm actually going to rename our heir. I'm not going to name it his biological son. I want to go with someone here who's better influence. Whoever has the most. So let's name Secundus Aurelius Antonius as our future heir. I want him to be king. I want someone to actually be proper influential person. I feel like sometimes if we allow the, even though he would be legitimate, the triumphant son of the former king, we're going to be hampered because he's just going to be delayed and there's going to be so many powerful generals stronger than him. Conqueror though, plus for public order in the local province. That's pretty good. Okay. Still haven't got the king in the fight just yet. It looks like the Veneti have moved back to Genoa.
Ready for orders.
I can push up here and take their settlement just over the border. Just the garrison inside. Not overly too much of a big deal. So let's run on in. Take Noria, which I think was probably a former Retii settlement. No, Octodoron is in Octodoron is like the Helveti, the Swiss, and then the Retii is like Coria. This is still the capital though.
Ready for battle.
But we are starting to get some pretty bad attrition here now. Obviously, these settlements are barbarian and not Latin, so we're not going to be able to replenish too much.
Ready for battle.
I do want them to not recruit anymore, so maybe I do just move this in.
None will escape.
Because there's still no army, it's just the navy. Hang on, do I have enough over-resounding force? Just to go against their measly garrisons? Oh, right, they got pushed out. Oh, Massalia retook Tolosa. Can't make them a client state at all. We are now devious because of those actions against the Veneti, which is understandable, but I guess they lost a full stack over in the west, and we also just crushed one. And then we took out a half a stack. So thankfully now, there was a chance where they had 3 full stacks and we only were wielding 2. Now, because we can wield 4, we're in such a good position. And we might even be able to hold more too. It looks like that war's been wrapped up. Yep, oh, they're still alive there though.
It's a good pork.
Oh, we found the Suebi, who of course just love us because of our actions against the barbarians. Interesting. And that does look like
Greetings, friend.
what's his name? The guy with the mask, which I'm brain farting on his name. Theravaki, okay.
All praise to the gods. They have led us.
Probably will look to take them. The Carthage is fighting the Celtiberians, so I won't try and get trade.
Let me hear your
The Getae and the Dacians are different. That's another thing too. I noticed when I was in France, like everyone seemed to have like these cars called Dacians or Dacia. It's like a Romanian car or something. Everyone seemed to have them. Right, so here is the map. This is what we currently occupy. Carthage still loves us. Still at war with Nasamones. Got an alliance with Massalia now. We might be able to push into Octodoron, deal with the Helvetian and Coria. Because they actually have trespassed into Medellin, I think because a rebel army popped up and that's why they were there. So we might be able to crush this Helveti army, then push and take the entire province of the north there. We already have Noria. So we'll just like move everyone around. Winter is so harsh though, that's the only issue. But we might be able to get all of that province and lock that down. So I will join Massalia is at war with them too, which is hilarious. So we'll join that war against the Helveti, crush that army, and we should be able to take another province for the Etruscan League. And now it's not as border gory. We've pushed over up into the Alps. We've managed to incorporate 2 provinces. Cisalpine Gaul, and then Retia and Noria. So let's move you to here. We're still licking our wounds from the war against the Veneti. But now we've got an opportunity to crush some more barbarians here that have just fallen into our clutches. They're actually outnumbered here, but we should have the unit quality over them. Okay. Slowly but surely now moved up. Put my cavalry on the right. Try and crush them down. Get my archers now that have range and ammunition to start peppering in. They have made such a difference bringing those guys in this campaign. Just have to be careful, because one of our front lines is relatively strong. One is quite weak, and then we've got skirmishers in the rear. Let's move my general slightly up. Another battle that we're still not favoured to win.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
They're just slowly
One of our
moving some units
has
up and
used all its
around.
ammunition.
Overall, still pretty good.
One of our units has used all
Archers
its
are now out of
ammunition.
ammunition. Might need to slowly move up soon. Not necessarily sure why they don't want to charge. Alright. We definitely want to move our front line up somewhat.
Yours to command. Double time.
Your orders.
Quick. Fire.
Because we're just sitting back a little bit. I want to get my skirmishers more in range too. That's what we do. Move up, sit in our hoplite stance, and then let them chip away.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Let them do the attacking while we just sit in our formation.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, so now that their front line is engaging mine, we should be able to do some cavalry charges around the rear. Cycle charge them a bit. They're skirmishing me up over the top.
All its ammunition.
Nice. Even though that's probably a armored
One of our units
infantry unit, we
has used all
should
its
be able to...
ammunition.
Yeah, perfectly. Cycle charge that. Nice. They still hold so well too. Such a fascinating campaign. I do love trying to
One of our units has used all its
pick up a
ammunition.
mod that I've had very limited play time with and try and work and suss things out, you know. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's now crushed. Let's slowly start moving our units around. Nice. The center and left hand side is holding really quite well. Jeez, my cavalry might capitulate here. Cycle charge again. Just that general unit there. Oh my god. Hang on, we're still not out of full hoods just yet. Well, we still haven't won this yet. Their general still stands. Okay, so now we've got to do attack orders. Which is risky, but it's the thing we've got to do now. I was like, how do these guys have skirmisher ammunition? It's the reinforcements that haven't actually arrived. Nice. And there they go. Nice. Really good battle there. Interesting that they just moved straight into my lands. It was because they were going after the rebel army that we crushed. They went straight up trespassing, which would have been a pretty good justification anyway though.
Commander.
Okay, so... And we also used
Kill the cowards.
Massalia to get in on this,
March until your feet
which will farm good relations with them in the future.
at your command.
Yeah, you really shouldn't just straight up war deck someone. You should always join the war.
For battle.
Okay, so now we're going to be able to push to Octodoron and take it. And secure those mountain passes so
Commander.
that nothing can push into the Italian peninsula and threaten Tuscana, Latium, our main heartland. Cisalpine was already the buffer. Now we're pushing into Octodoron and
We hunger for
Helvetii and Retii territory. Now they're destroyed. Perfect. So let's push up to Cora and then see what they have. Oh, okay, they seem quite weak too. Let's break all that down and Romanize. I still got to say Latinize this territory.
There's a good pork
The Marco Mani love us now. I was trying to find them before. Now we can actually negotiate with them.
first. We
So even the barbarians north are like, you know what? We love your work. We love what you've done.
You have
It's the
ear of
barbarians there.
my
Would you like to
people.
trade? The Celtic barbarians, that is. Okay, so 12 units have moved up, but nothing dramatic. And now we're at full strength now with you. So we're already at war with the Retii because of straight up declaring war. So threw them in. And is that them done now too? Yeah, the Retii are destroyed. Yeah, right, okay. Let's break that down and put in more food, aqueducts, and better quality buildings. Nice. What an absolutely pragmatic episode here today. Look at this. So the border gore in Illyria has been fixed up. Taken Cisalpine. And we've managed to get official alliances with Carthage and Massalia. How fantastic is that? I literally don't know who we go after now. Because everyone just loves us. Except for barbarian factions, which don't border us. In Pannonia, slightly Dacia. There, yeah. Like the Celtic factions, but the Germanic barbarians seem to love us. Same with Carthage too. Maybe the Celtiberians don't like us though. But anyway, unfortunately on that note, got to wrap things up here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Let me know feedback and suggestions. And yeah, now we are well and truly the Etruscan kingdom or empire. And we're in a really, really solid spot for this campaign. Alright guys, much love from Australia. Goodbye. I love you so much.